In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was. See, this light wasn't the sun, but it was Jesus back then, all the way from the very beginning. So today, welcome to the Unapologetic, and I want to talk to you about being the light. Philippians 2 verse 14 to 15, it says, "Do all things without murmuring and arguing, so that you may be blameless and innocent, children of God without blemish, in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation, in which you shine like stars in the world." In which you shine like stars. See, I've got my Star Force shirt on this morning. It was a shirt we made in youth group years and years back, and it's got that verse on the back. And so as I was getting ready this morning, that verse just stuck out to me, and I thought, doesn't this world just need light at this time? We so need God's light, and we are called to be God's light. I'm going to read this out again. "Do all things without murmuring and arguing, so that you may be blameless and innocent, children of God, without blemish, in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation, in which you shine like stars in the world." You know, the people out there in the world, there's so much dark, there's so much bad stuff going on, but we can be the light in somebody's day. And it doesn't have to be much, but that little bit of light. What light shows you the way. Light gives you warmth. Even this much, I can feel the warmth from it. Light, just one little spark, can light a huge fire that can burn so brightly, so strongly. And it can change things. In Jewish culture, there's a phrase called tikkun olam, which is repairing the world. And it comes from a saying and a belief that permeates their culture, has for many, many years. But the saying is, if you save one life, it's as if you've saved the whole world. And that is what being the light is like. You can bring light to one person. And who knows, you might even actually save that person's life. Or if you don't, you can, just brighten up their day. And that means so much. And doing that one thing for the one person, it's as if you've saved the whole world. It's as if you've done it for the whole world. In Matthew, verse 5, 14 to 16, "You are the light of the world. A city built on a hill cannot be hid. No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under a bushel basket, but on the lampstand, and it gives light to all the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven." So if I lit this light, but then put something over it, you're not going to be able to see the light. But not only that, this light would go out. But instead, what do? I put it here. I put it in its lampstand. You put it on the windowsill. And what happens? It gives light. People can see it. And that's what we are called to be like as Christians. And you know what? Even if you're not a Christian, you are called to be a light in the world. You can brighten up someone's day. You can make a difference to someone else. But when we have that light inside of us, when we are the light, as Jesus is the light, way back in Genesis, he was there. He was the light. And he calls us to be a light now. People notice. People say, there's something different about you. Why aren't you arguing, complaining? Why do I look at you and think that I just can't work it out, but there's something different? Why are you so nice to me when you don't have to be? Well, that gives glory to God. People notice. People see that there's something different within us. And that is so, so powerful. That is a witness itself without us even having to say anything. And when people see that, they want a part of that as well. When people see that, maybe their light is out. And what happens? When they hang around you, their light gets lit as well. So maybe you're feeling like you're in darkness today, but I want to tell you there is a light. Jesus is the light, and we are called to be like him. So have hope. Don't be afraid of the darkness, because what is the darkness but the absence of light? And when you have that one little spark, the darkness goes. So a couple of things. I want to encourage you, be the light, but know that Jesus is the light also. He is the light within you. And if you don't have that light within you and you want it, well, hey, it doesn't take much to get that spark going, right? So I want to encourage you, and I'll end with John 1, verse 1 to 5. And I love this because John deliberately wrote this passage in mind, going back to Genesis. Way back in the beginning, God gave us his light. Hey, Lorraine, it's nice to see you there. See, my smile, your comment, Lorraine, gave me a smile. And that's what it's about, being the light together. One little spark sparks off another, and together we are the light, because Jesus is within us. So what was I saying? Back to Genesis. John was deliberately referencing Genesis. In the beginning, God said, let there be light, and there was light. When we shine, there will be light. And so I'm going to read from John 1, verse 1 to 5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things came into being through him, and without him not one thing came into being. What has come in him was life, and the life was the light of all people. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it. There is no darkness that you're going through that can overcome the light of God. There is no darkness that you're going through that is too dark, that someone can't make a difference in your life, that you can't make a difference in someone else's life who is going through darkness. So I encourage you, shine like the stars in the heaven. Be the star force. Don't you get just so much comfort out of light? I mean, I'm just looking at these candles and there is something about it, guys. So shine, shine, shine like the stars in the heaven. Be the light and let your light shine. Don't be afraid to let it shine. Don't let it hide. But shine bright, and you just might light someone else up. Because the light shines in the darkness. Jesus shines in me. Jesus shines in you. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. Be blessed.